local-based boombox collector, based out here out of San Diego, California.
I got $1, one girl, and some great rhymes. I pursued the wrong dream.
My earliest recollection of a boombox image had to be from a local graffiti artist called Press One. Anybody who's familiar with Press One's work, he has this like a popular figure of a b-boy decked out with a boombox. At that point, I kind of just figured like I could definitely pull off that style, you know, like walking around with a boombox. Actually, I'm not really from that era of the boombox culture, but after that image,
Just going along for the ride, and it makes you say damn, because I felt so hard I had scars on my hands.
And running into a local hip-hop boutique that actually sold vintage boomboxes, I started my collection from that point on. I bought my first 2 there, and from that point on I just started collecting more and more boomboxes and listening to cassette tapes from that era, and it just made me fall in love with the culture again. And I always knew that it's going to bring a lot of attention, but I never at all anticipated the impact it's made. It's a constant conversation starter. People are constantly always wanting a photo op. Kind of makes me shy, but at the same time it's cool, you know, like to be able to make a positive impact like that just from playing music on a loudspeaker, especially nowadays where music's so privatized to the point where you could even see people in their cars with their iPod earphones on, you know, and it's kind of scary, you know, if you have a loud system, you know, music was meant to be played loud and to share it with the public. And you know, it just gives me a lot of courage when people give me nothing but positive feedback about the whole boombox stilo. And you know, I'm very proud to be a collector and still be new to it. I'm still a student of the culture. I've only been collecting it for like 3 years. You know, and people always ask me all the time, where you get your boomboxes? Where you get your boomboxes? I don't really, you know, feel too comfortable always giving out, you know, those type of details, but literally they're all over the place. You know, you might get lucky, see one at a yard sale, at a thrift shop, or you might be at a flea market one weekend and it's like, hey, there you go, there's a boombox right there, you know. And more and more people, you know, they starting to recognize the kid, and you know, I'm very grateful for that. You know, even to the point where if I don't have a boombox, sure enough, there'll be like 1 or 2 people like, hey, you're that Mexican vato with the boomboxes, huh? I'm like, it always makes me kind of giggle. But yeah, man, you know, it's definitely a positive thing, you know. And I think one thing that's very special about the cassette tape era, a lot of that music, you know, it was very uplifting. It had a lot of, you know, social and political content behind it, and I think that's why I could get away with playing it all over the city, because I walk across crowds of people all the time, you know, and people always got children, and you know, like, it's important for me to play something positive, that just in case that kid heard something or those parents from that era heard something, instead of making them look like with a discontent face, they're like, oh, that's cool, you know, he's playing positive music, and I like that. And that's one thing that, you know, I pride myself on, is, you know, making sure that I play music that the public, you know, could respect, you know, and things of that nature. And after watching this video, if you're interested in purchasing a boombox or getting one customized, or you have a boombox that might need some repair, you can reach me on the online info that's going to pop up, and I'll be more than happy to talk with you and maybe even invite you to my next art show display, because I'm sure, heck, doing a lot of them these days, you know, and that's one thing I never anticipated either. So keep your eyes out, and much respect.